Like, maybe y'all want to see me mess something up and make funny faces when I eat home. So for the most part, this video is an example of an overall fail. I was going to do what I always do. I had all these vegetables and I had some leftover frozen shoulder cuts of meat and some herbs and a crock pot. And unfortunately, I also had bought a can of cream of mushroom soup and I added this to it. Then I fell asleep. I left it on high when I thought I turned it down. So initially the soup came out awful. And then I also was going to try my hand at something else. I'll show you in just a minute. So this video is for entertainment purposes only. This would have been alright if I hadn't got excited later and added the cream of mushroom soup. But it's been so cold, my brain was frozen, I had things to do, and I was hungry, but I had things to do. And in general, I used to be prepared for weather like this, but I don't have all the things I used to have. When I moved, I left almost everything I owned behind. So, here's my snow boots. Oh, I know it's cold. It's too cold. My hands are frozen. I can't even feel them. I should not be running. So here's the other part where I totally messed up. And I knew better, but what I knew the most know better is don't do what I did. Because I'm dyslexic and I heard the directions wrong and I read them wrong. I did not put enough liquid in this. If I had just added 1 cup more of water. But I was like, it calls for a 1/3 cup of water and 3 cups of flour. No, so I got 2 cups of flour into a 1/3 cup of water with a little bit extra. I did, don't do this, don't do this. If you stick around to the end of the video, you'll see where I redeemed everything. And as we speak, I have another loaf in the oven again, and they're coming out fantastic now. But initially, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I hadn't made bread in so long, I was just trying really hard to follow the rules. Sometimes we cannot go against our intuition that's telling us something is off, something is wrong. This is where I want to show you how if you put this kind of meat in the crock pot and you cut it the right way, you can get it to be really tender and chewy and yummy. So that was not a fail. I didn't fail until this nonsense happened right here. I mean, besides the bread, of course. I fell asleep and I forgot about the soup. It's been in there for hours on high, longer than I meant to. Oh dear. I don't know. I put everything in this. Everything. It smells awful. It smells like I burned it. I went ahead and cooked the Play-Doh anyway to see what I could salvage. And, hey, you know, I'm not a quitter. And I don't like wasting food. It looks good, but don't let it fool you. It's tricky, tricky. No. I'm not gonna wash my hands. So, I fell asleep, and I woke up, and the house smelled like... I already know what this tastes like because I tasted it, but I decided I'm not gonna waste it. So, this is what it looks like. My bread that did not come out right. My soup that did not come out right. It's like when you cook vegetable soup too long. And I knew that would happen if I didn't get to it in time. I messed up. So I can't stand when stuff's been in the crock pot too long. I'm going to put hot sauce on it because that makes everything better. And then I'm going to eat it. I mean, we're snowed in. We're just under 5 inches right now. And, which is not a lot if you're used to a lot of snow. They're saying it's not going to stop for days, so there's that. I'm still half asleep. It's been very hard to wake up today, but I don't want to waste food. If it doesn't give me a migraine, which this is not going to give me a migraine, I'm not going to waste it. I just really don't like. I don't like vegetable soups that have that strong flavor that stuff's been in there too long. Some people love it. Some people might like this. I don't know. I'm very sad. I'm happy that I have food. I'm happy about that. I can eat it. But I hope. If everything burns, I can't taste it, can I? Get myself into a nice state of not knowing what the heck is going on, and I'll be alright. Too bad I don't drink no more. I don't have it in me to waste this or throw it out or whatever. I did not know when I fell asleep I was going to conk out. I had no idea. Usually I get woke up. I usually get woke up constantly. Nothing woke me up. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. And I don't have to worry about ruining dinner for anybody else because my roommate, there's stuff in here that she can't eat right now, and my kid doesn't eat beef at all, so there's that. So I'm just gonna finish eating this in peace. Might make some faces, but yeah. I told my friend earlier I made soup and ruined it, and I made bread and ruined it, and they just replied like with question marks like, how'd you do that? Well, needless to say, this has been absolutely awful. So with that, I'm going to say, no matter what you eat what you like. Eat good, be blessed, be a blessing, blessed be, stay golden, and all that jazz, and I'll see you next time. I have another fail video floating around where I tried to make, I'll tell you what this was. I gotta get a drink, this is awful. I was going to tell you guys, there's a video somewhere back there that's unlisted. If anybody shows interest, I'll make it public. But there was a challenge that was going around where people were making canned chicken, like chicken nugget sticks in the oven. And I was like, I wonder if I could do that with mackerel because it's super cheap. It came out pretty bad. But my roommate ate all hers. My kid ate hers. And I ate mine too, technically, but I didn't like it. It was alright. I mean, it was one of the... Oh, I made that right in the garbage can. It's one of those things that it was like, if you have to, you can, kind of thing, too. Not as bad as this. It was not as bad as this. But that was a whole different kind of train wreck. But if anybody's interested and you comment that you want to see it, I'll figure out a way to either make it public or... I don't know. Now I'm having memories of another bad food thing. This was awful. I can still smell it and taste it. And what I did is I'm getting rid of the broth. I'm salvaging the meat and some of the vegetables, and then I'm gonna add. Well, I'm gonna try to salvage it a different way another day, and just see what I can do. Maybe I can make a stir fry with the stuff left over. So, I'm gonna do something, add it on rice or something. That was awful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. God, if you can get me through this whole crock pot of soup. I promise I'll never fall asleep trying to make soup in the crock pot ever again. Anybody want to be my boyfriend now? And insult to injury, I have a huge mess to clean up now. Not even worth it. I just want to burn everything now. Turn of events, so I had to update you guys. I figured out what I did wrong and I fixed everything. So I didn't hear the lady right. You know, I made another loaf of bread and it came out perfect. I could have swore she said 1/3 cup of water. And I knew that didn't seem right, but I haven't made bread in so long. I'm like, surely YouTube is not going to steer me wrong. I heard her wrong, and I even am dyslexic, and I read the directions the way that I heard her say 1/3. It was 1 1/3. Duh. I knew this intuitively, and I was trying to follow the rules. I drained the liquid out of the soup, got rid of the cream of mushroom. It was way too salty. I'd never had it before. I just thought it was going to be like some of the other stuff I used. The reason I only have this much soup left is because I've been eating on it for 2 days now. So this is the last of it, and it is so good now. I just shouldn't have added the cream of mushroom, and probably shouldn't have left it in as long, but I just pulled all the stuff out of it and then added water. It is so good now. So I didn't waste it. I'm glad I don't waste food because I wouldn't have thought to figure this out. I don't have to drink any hot sauce to handle it. And I'm sad that I'm almost out of soup because it's so cold. It's been in the negatives and feeling like even more negative. Snow and ice everywhere. I wish I had a lot more of this. So, since this turned out, the soup, whatever, I mean, you know, it's just one of those things. I was throwing things in the crock pot to see what would happen. Now I know I don't like the Pacific, whatever that stuff is, organic. I just won't use cream of anything next time. The bread recipe, that YouTube thing, I'm gonna leave it in the description. Anyway, so the lady, I'm gonna leave a link to the bread recipe. Just follow the directions properly. Don't do what I did. You can make pizza crust, all kinds of stuff. I've been making grilled cheese sandwiches with it. And I'm sad that I'm almost out of this because now I love it and I want to make it again. And it's a good way to use the shoulder cut, the cheap shoulder cut stuff. You can put it in the crock pot. You know, I would probably not add as much salt. I wouldn't keep it in as long as I did. I fell asleep. And do not add that brand of mushroom soup, okay? I gotta go because there's kids in the house and they want to keep doing what they're doing and I'm disrupting their evening. So be blessed, be a blessing, blessed be, eat good, stay golden, all that jazz. I'll see you guys next time.